I received an order for a cake stand. I tried to order a box online, but unfortunately I could not find one. So I had to make a trip to my local Home Depot to pick up supplies so that I could build one myself. This is going to be so heavy. I'm making this cake stand for someone who has a 30-pound cake. So I need to make it really strong so it won't collapse and it'll hold that beautiful cake. If I'm allowed to share a picture of the cake, I will, okay? So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is just start gluing these pieces in place. And I'm going to use some of my Dollar Tree wood glue. This is just to start it out. And this is what I'm using, particle board. I'll link it below. I'm going to take these two pieces, which are 16 inches each, and glue them on first. I'll leave the dimensions of this cake box in the description below. And by the way, I'm using wood glue from Dollar Tree. Now I'll take the two side pieces and put them in. Same thing with this piece. So if you can, just spin it. Make sure that everything is even. Just double checking to make sure everything is flush. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on top of here and then put the other big piece on. Right, so now we'll take our other piece and put it on. Spin it again and make sure that everything is flush. And I'm just using my fingers to push the glue into the wood. Okay, so now I'm going to put some weight on top and let the wood glue dry. Then I'll come back and reinforce it with some wood screws. Okay guys, so it's been setting up for a while. The glue is dry, so now I can go ahead and add my screws. This is another little surprise you guys will be seeing very soon in this box. So I'm going to make some pilot holes in my box. See, I can lift it. It's all glued together. So I'm going to drill some pilot holes. I think that one's right in the middle. Before I drill anymore, I want to make sure that it works. That size works. And change this out. I think I can go a little bit bigger. Let's go to a larger size. Let me see if I can pull this out. I want to countersink these screws. Let me try something. I'm not that experienced with building things, but let me pull this out and see if I can. Try something. I want to take this big one to see if I can just go in just a little. Because if I can get these to go flat, that would be perfect. Yes, perfect. It worked. It worked, y'all. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now they are flush, and that's exactly what I needed. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other three sides off camera and then come back. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. Now, everything's locked in place, so I don't need to put anywhere else but on the bottom. So I'm going to flip this over. Now these I don't have to countersink. I can just put a hole in them and then add the screws. It seems to be doing pretty well. So I'm just going to do like I did before and drill in some pilot holes. just like that, and then add some screws. Once I do that, I'll come back. All right, so now I'm going to take this outside and spray paint it silver. Okay guys, I'm back. It's been quite a few days. I had to wait on some deliveries, so let's get started. Again, here's the top. As you can see, I was able to sink all of my screws so that whenever I cover this, it'll be completely flat. Now here's the bottom. Now as for the screws on the bottom, I didn't sink those because this is the bottom and they won't be seen. Now, the next thing I have are these legs. Initially, I had something else in mind for the base, but it didn't work out. So I looked on Amazon and found these really decorative legs. What I'm going to do to make sure that the paint takes really well, I'm going to spray paint all 4 legs clear, and then I'm going to spray paint them white. So I'll go ahead and spray paint them and then I'll come back. Okay guys, so I'm back with my 4 legs and I painted them a gloss white. And I'll leave a link to the paint that I use in the description below. So what I'm going to do now is take some of my silver metallic acrylic paint and paint this design silver. So I have some in a cup. Guys, I've been having that paint forever. It's really thick now, but it's still usable. I'm going to use it as long as I possibly can. Just like that. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to do about 2 or 3 coats of paint on each one and then come back. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like. Now I decided to go ahead and add some more paint right here on these sides and at the bottom as well. So I'm just going to paint that. And it's going to require at least 2 to 3 coats. Okay, like that. Now, while that's drying, I decided to go ahead and mix some UV resin and some glitter, some silver glitter together. And what I'm going to do is just put it right on top of my design. And this is really going to make it pop. And I'll do the same thing to these sides once they are completely covered. Now, after that, I'll set it under the UV lamp. And this is what you will have. Look at that, isn't it pretty? So I'm going to make sure that all 4 legs are done and then we'll come back. Okay guys, I'm back and I went ahead and just painted the backs of the legs silver because I didn't like the way it was looking, you know, with this just being white. So I'm going to light up the base. So I want the legs to look good. So when you see the back of the legs, they are going to be glistening and sparkly as well. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the base because we need to glue the legs on the base. Okay, so here's our base. Now for our legs, I'm going to glue them on. They do come with hardware that you can use, but I'm not in the mood for that. I will be taking these pieces and putting on the bottom of the legs later. So I'm going to use my Gorilla wood glue. So I'm just going to glue each leg on each corner. Take some glue. Let's just spread it out. And then put that down. So now I'm going to allow these legs to set up for about 30 minutes so they are stuck to the bottom. Once that happens, I'll go ahead and flip this over and use the weight from the box to secure the hole between the two even more. So I'll do that and then come back. Okay guys, so before we move on to more decorations, I want to go ahead and add the lights to the bottom, and I'm just going to use some string lights, fairy lights, whatever you want to call them. You can pick these up at Amazon. I'll link them below. You can also check out my Amazon store and you'll find the majority of the things that I use from Amazon on that list. So now we just need to unravel it. Okay guys, so now I finally have it unraveled. This is what they look like turned on. So what I'm going to do is just use my UV resin. You can also use hot glue to glue these down. I've used hot glue and countless of videos that'll show you how to do it. It's the same thing that I'm doing here. The only thing is I'm using UV resin and a light rather than just a glue gun and hot glue sticks. So first thing I want to do is glue this to the back. I'll have to hot glue that down later. So I'm just going to tape this until my hot glue gets ready. And just put some light right under here. So what you want to do is just put some glue right over the wire. And if you're using your hot glue, you just hold it down until the hot glue sets up. But since I'm using my UV resin and my UV light, it's going to set up in seconds. Okay, so now I'll go off camera and just give these some additional UV time, and then I'll flip this back over and complete our cake stand. I'm going to glue down one row of the diamond bling around the border of the cake stand. Now, this bling does have adhesive on the back, but I want to make sure that it stays down permanently, so I'm going to add some of the Dollar Tree Fix-All to the cake stand before I glue it down. I'll do the other 3 sides off camera and then return. I'm done adding my bling around the border. Now this is the back of my table, and I actually had to put 2 back here to make it all even out. Now for my top, I am going to use these mirror tile squares. I think they're about 4 inches, so it's going to take about 16. So what I want to do is try the adhesive on the back. This is going to let me know if I need to add any additional glue. Pretty sticky, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna put one down and see if it comes up. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'll use a mirror towel to make a border on the sides. And it's going to be 3 rows here, 3 rows here, and then 3 rows this way. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my mirror towel right here. Now the mirror towel does have adhesive on the back, but it's not a real strong adhesive. So I'll be adding some Fix-All glue on here as well. I'm just going to add some tape to it to help hold it in place until it sets up. Okay, so now all I need to do is this side, and then I'll do all the other sides as well, and then we'll come back and finish it. Okay guys, so I'm back, and we can put the final touches on my cake stand. This is the bling that I'm using. Hopefully you can see it. I'll leave a link below so you can check it out. Now, this is the long way. Now, if I did it the long way, I would have the lines going down like that. I don't want the lines to go down, so I'm going to have to use this in 2 parts, across like this. So what I'm going to do is measure and cut. And because of the way the design is made, there's a tricky way that I need to add the second part. So what I need to do is just line this up here and then see where I need to cut it. Now I need to cut that line off the side. And the one off the side. The adhesive on here is super sticky, so I don't need to add any additional adhesive. Let me turn this at an angle so I can see. All right, perfect. Now there's a covering on here that reveals the beautiful bling. That's so pretty. Okay, so now I'll take the next row I need to see where I need to cut it, which is here. Cut those corners off. Now the way that I need to cut this is I need to cut around these pearls. I need these pearls to go in this next row. And the rest you just have to fit it in that space. Just like that. This is what she's looking like. Isn't that pretty? Look at that bling. Now to finish this off, I found some decorative corners on Amazon. So I decided to spray paint these white. So this is what it looks like, painted white. So what I did was took some UV resin and brushed it on there. I used this white glitter from Michaels and then just poured it on top. Use a tweezer to shake off the excess, and then I set it with the UV light. Here's what it looks like with the glitter. Hopefully you can see that. I'll be using hot glue along with a little bit of my Gorilla Glue to glue my corners in place. A little bit of my glue. Making sure I get those corners. And now I'll dab some glue right in the middle. And then hurry up and put my corner in place. Now I'll put a piece of masking tape across there. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this over and put pressure on it. I'm going to put this weight behind it to help hold it up. Now I'm going to allow the glue to set up. Once it sets up, I'll go ahead and remove the protective cover from the top and let you guys see what it looks like. As promised, here's my completed cake stand. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. Honestly, it might be the best one that I've ever made. I absolutely love the look of the large mirror tiles on top, and then the pearls, the bling, the small mirror tiles, and the legs complete the look. And of course, I would not end this video without letting you all see what it looks like with the lights on. My customer is extremely happy with how it turned out, and that makes me happy as well. Please comment below if you like the design or if there's anything that you would change. And this concludes my video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's absolutely free. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.